Yes, and the second one says the internet and the www are the same. No, again that is wrong. www is a service of an internet. Third one is the correct answer. Right? Fourth one says there is no relationship in between internet and the www. No, there is a relationship. The relationship is www is a service of the internet. Yes. And the ninth. Consider the following statement related to the table related using word processing software. Right? It is possible to format the text in a table. Yes, that is correct. You will be seeing some lines on the screen, people. That is done by my little one. So I will track. Oh no, hold on. Now I hold on a minute. All right. So the ninth one, consider the following statement related to the table created using word processing software. It says it is possible to format the text in a table. Yes, it is possible. That is correct. Words in a column of a table can be arranged in alphabetical order. Yes, doesn't matter because we have the facility called sorting, so we can arrange it. Right. So that is correct as well. And numbers in a column of a table can be added together. Numbers in a column of a table can be added together. That is not possible. That is possible with a software like Excel. So this is wrong. So A and B only will be the answer. 11th, which of the following is a failure? I'm sorry, it's not a feature. My words are not, they're a little bit unclear. Which of the following is a feature not provided by a database management application? Yeah, so like in database management application, the sorting data is given, that facility is there. Updating data is there. Generating reports are there. Generating charts. Yeah, I think this is going to be the answer. It's better we cross-check whether it's going to be the first or the fourth. Have a little doubt about that. So for the question number 11, fourth is the answer. Fourth is the answer. Yes. So yes, we can't generate chart. If you want to generate a chart, you need a software like Excel. And the 12. Yeah, question number 12 to 14 are based on the following database table, and people, within another minute, the session is going to end. After that, you can connect to the same, use the same link to connect with the particular meeting, right? Once it is done, I'm going to start it again, so you can connect with it. Right, so it has a taxi table, which is taxi number, rate type, driver name, driver city is there, and a rate table is there, which has the rate type and the rate is there. Which of the following is most suitable field to be selected as a primary key of the taxi table? So like if you look into the taxi table, the taxi number, they are different from each other. The rate type is repeated, and the names are repeated over here. City driver cities are repeated. So taxi number is going to be the correct answer. 13th. So which of the following field is an example for a foreign key in a database? So as we know, the primary key of the taxi table is the taxi number, and the primary key of the rate table is the rate type. So what you can see is the rate type can be displayed over here as well. So these two have the connection. That's how the relation is built in between those two tables. So the foreign key is going to be the rate type because it is the primary key of the rate table. So here it acts as a normal field. So rate type in taxi table, which is the second one. Okay, 17. Right. Question number 17, it says there's a suggestion to introduce a new online system to replace the current manual system to apply for a re-scrutiny of result of GCE O-level examination. Consider the following consider the following statements related to this suggestion. Right. So the first statement says, the proposed system will improve the efficiency of the re-scrutiny process. Yeah, in a way it can be, right? Because it's an online system. So it says the proposed system will improve the efficiency of the re-scrutiny process. So since it is done online, the application for the re-scrutiny and the other things will save the time. So we can take this as a correct statement. But if you are thinking about like re-scrutinizing the particular paper, right, or the particular result, since it is done by the people and confirmed by the humans, sometimes the process may not be affected by the online system. Just that process. If you think about the entire process of re-scrutinizing, it will eventually become efficient, right? And the B says the proposed system will improve the accuracy of the outcome of the re-scrutiny process. Now, since it is done by a machine, the room for the human errors can be reduced. So we can argue, yes, accuracy can be improved, right? So that is also a one which we can argue in for both the sides, right? Part C says the proposed system will have a negative impact on the candidates who do not have access to the internet. Of course, it can be, because since it is an online system, people who are in the people who don't have the internet connection will be in trouble, right? So the answer is going to be all A, B, and C, but let's cross check it since it has some 50-50 questions. So we are dealing with question number 17. Yeah, it's the second answer that they have said, not the fourth one. The second answer goes with A and C. Yeah. Yes. People now here, according to myself, I can give all marks for this. Like it's these statements can be argued in both the ways, right? So can't say, right? Even though the marking scheme says that this is okay, but someone can argue to the other way around as well. So for 17, you can take marks for any particular answer. So after 70, it's 20th. So the 20th. Consider the following software: simple text editor, word processing software, web authoring software. Which of the above software can be used to create HTML document? All three can be. We can create HTML from simple text editor using the word processing software like in this Word, as well as we can use a web authoring tool or web authoring software. So everything is correct. Right, so a simple text editor, the examples are Notepad. Word processing software, the examples are MS Word. Web authoring software, there are Composer, Dreamweaver kind of things. Right? So for 20th, you can take the fourth answer. 22nd. So in 22nd, it's asking which of the following is not essential to host a website? Yeah, to host a website, we need website content. We need an IP address. We need a web server. But to host a website, we don't need a web browser. We need a web browser to reveal or retrieve a website which is hosted in some particular place or a web server. To host it, it needs a web server, it needs an IP address, it needs web content. So you will be able to launch it. Other than this, you need a domain name as well, something like www.abc.com or something. That's what we want. So yeah, for 22nd, first one is the answer. Web browser is the one which is not essential. 23rd, what is the domain name of URL? http www.bbc.com /Twitter. Yes, domain name is going to be www.bbc.com. Right? So yes, they haven't taken the www in that part. Right? So we have to go with bbc.com because we can't take this because since the HTTP part is there, that is protocol. www is taken as the service. So bbc.com can be taken as the answer. Fourth one. For 23, yeah, it's the fourth one is the answer. Then the 25th. Which of the following will appear in cell C3 if the formula equals count within brackets A1 colon B3? So as you can see, all the cells contains values. The cells which contain a content has values. So the formula says count A1 colon B3. So A1 means this, B3 means this. So this is the range. If you are going to count it, there will be 5 values. So the answer will be 5. Count will only count the cells which contains a value. It does not count any other cells. Either it is empty or it contains a text. Count is not going to count. 29th. It is asking which of the following show data transfer speed of secondary storage devices arranged in an ascending order. So it's talking about transfer speeds, data transfer speeds. So data transfer speed, it's talking about secondary storages again. So if you think about the data transfer speed, they are talking about ascending order. So the slowest data transfer speed will be at the very beginning. So solid state hard disks are very speed in data transferring. So the things that have solid state drive at the top are out of context. Now we have floppy disk drive. And in the second one, magnetic hard drive, GBD drive, solid state hard drive. And in third one, it has floppy disk drive, DVD drive, magnetic hard drive, solid state drive. So anyway, solid state drive is going to be the top one. So in both the answers, it stays at the last option. And floppy disk drive stays at the first option. If you think about a magnetic hard disk and a DVD drive, definitely the magnetic hard drive is faster than the DVD drive. So the correct answer is going to be the third one. Right. So then the 31st. Consider the following statements. The first statement says, a student obtained medical advice from a doctor by contacting him over the telephone. Yeah, people, just a second. Power was out. My smart board went off. So hold on, I will turn on the backup and come. Okay, we are back. Yeah, with the device. Yes, 31st. We were talking about the statements. So the question is, which of the above use the information and communication technology effectively? So the first statement says, a student obtained a medical advice from a doctor by contacting him over the telephone. Over the telephone here. Right, so information and communication. The communication technology is there, but information and communication technology may be not considered over there. And in B it says, an automated system based on the humidity and temperature releases water to the plant in a greenhouse. Definitely, it's an effective way of using it. A teacher purchases a book which is not available in Sri Lanka from online bookshops. Again, ICT is most. So most appropriate is going to be B and C. Let's first check the 31st. Yeah, third one is going to be the answer. And 33rd, in the ASCII code character, Q is represented as 1010001. What is the option that represents the put in binary form? Okay, so we have to do the calculations, right? So Q represents as 1010000 and a 1. So if you think about the place values, there are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. Right? So, yeah, going to be 1 plus 16 plus 1, which is going to give you the decimal value. So 64 plus 16 is 80, plus 1 is 81. So they are talking about the word put. So the letter P, the letter P will stay right before the Q. P, Q, R, S, T, and U. So if the Q is 81, P is going to be 80, R is going to be 82, S is going to be 83, T is going to be 84, U is going to be 85. So it's a matter of finding the codes for P, U, and T and writing it in order. So P is going to be 80. 80 means 64 plus 16 will give you 80. Other places are going to be 0. So that is 80. So 101 and 4 zeros are there in the first one as well as the third one. Second one, it is wrong. Fourth one, it is wrong. The one that they have. Then U is 85. 85 is made out of 64 plus 16, that is 80. No 32s, no 8, but 4 and a 1. This is going to give you 85. 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 is only over here as the second option. So the correct answer is going to be this. Third one, this is wrong. So it is wrong. Yeah. Some rumbling is going on, people, right? So I don't know how the situation is at your side. I feel unsafe, so I'll continue as far as that I can go. Then the question number 34. Consider the following 4 numbers presented in different number systems. Which of the following statement is true regarding the above 4 numbers? So there are binary 1 and hexadecimal 1, octal 1, and the decimal 1. So like we can't say anything about these things by keeping it on different number systems. So if we are going to compare, because the answers are in comparative mode, so we better have the idea which is bigger and which is small. So the first one that they have is 4 ones, 00, and a 1. So place values 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128. Which gives you the answer as what? 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16. 128 and 32 is going to give you 160. 64 plus 16 is going to give you 80. And then 2 and 1 is going to give you 3. So this will give you 243 in decimal. And F316. F3 in hexadecimal, so this will have 1 and this will have 16 at the place value. F means 15. So 16 into 15 plus 1 into 3. So 16 into 15, 16 into 5 is 80. 8 is remaining, 16 into 1 is 16 plus 8. 240 plus 3. Oh, gives you 243 again. So they are identical now. Right? So like the binary number as well as the hexadecimal number, they are same invalid. Let's check whether 363 in octal are going to give you the same. 363 in octal. Here the place values are 1, 8, and 64. 64 into 3 plus 8 into 6 plus 1 into 3. So 64 into 3 is 4 into 3 is 12, 1 is remaining, 6 into 3 is 18 and 19, 192 plus 48 plus 3, which gives you, yes, again 243. So all four values are same or equal to each other. So the answer is going to be the third one. Okay, that's how the 34th has went. 35th, no, 36th is the next. Okay. All right, to do the 36, I will clear this part up. Yes, so they have given you a Pascal program, which says program repetition input output, var x integer is there, begin x colon equal 1, repeat, write x is there, x colon equal x plus 1, until x equals 3, n. Like repeat until will execute a loop until this condition is false. And the write function is going to write the things like one after the other, not like one below the other, right? It's going to write one after the other. If you want to have one below the other, you have to use the write ln, right? So let's keep that in mind when we are dealing with this. So x is an integer, so they have take x as 1 and repeat. They say write x, so I'm going to take output over here. So write x means 1 will be repeated, and so this will happen, x equal x plus 1 will happen, so it will become 2. Now we check whether x is equal to 3. X is 2, not equals to 3, so not equals means this can happen again. So write x, 2 will written at the right side of your program, of the output. And then x increase by 1, x will become 3. And they check until x equals 3. X equals 3. Yes, x is equals to 3. So it ends. The output is going to be 1 and 2, which is the second one. So for 36, second one is the answer. And 37, consider the following pseudocode with label x to calculate the sum of numbers from 1 to 100. Right? So, yeah. So they have started as sum equals 0, num equals 0 again. They use a repeat until 1 again. Num equals num plus 1. That means it will become as 1. Sum equals sum plus num. 0 plus 1 will give you 1. So it seems to be that number 1 is added to the sum. Later, number is increased by 1. So then number 2 will be added likewise. So the sum has became 1, and then this condition should be something which gives you the false answer. Then only this is going to be repeated. Now for a moment, let's assume this was the condition, num less than 100. So for the moment, num is 1. For the moment, when only one item is. If I have the condition num less than 100, num means 1 this time. So 1 is less than 100 also. So it is true. If it happens to be here as the until condition, then the iteration will stop right over here because the condition becomes true. So it's not going to be this, not either this. Both these things use the same expression, less than or equal 100. Again, once the num is less than 100, even though it is not equal. So again, it's going to stop. So the only thing that we can rely upon is like the third or the fourth, num larger than 100 and num larger than or equals to 100 is there. So what we have to think about is like which one that we are going to do. Right, so to do that, we have to hand trace it thoroughly, not up until the 100, but we have to figure out what kind of a pattern that they. So let's start it from the beginning, the hand tracing part. So sum equals 0. So we take sum equals 0 and num equals 0. And it says sum equals num plus 1, so it becomes 1. Sum equals sum plus num. That means sum equals sum is 0, 0 plus 1 gives you a 1. And let's assume this is the argument that we have. Num larger than 100. So num is 1 for the moment. It's not larger than 100. That means it is false. That means this is going to happen again. So the num becomes to the sum plus num going to become 1 plus 2. These two are going to add it up and it will become 3. Right? So the pattern is when number is 2, it will add with the sum. Right? It doesn't matter what kind of a value that a sum is going to have. What we need is adding numbers from 1 to 100. So when the number value is 2, which happens over here, then only it's going to add up to the sum. Right? Then it checks the condition. That means when the num becomes 100, the 100 will be added. The 100 will be added on that particular iteration. This particular line will make num as 100, and this particular line will add the 100 to the sum. After that, we don't need this particular program to be iterated because 101 is done. So if I have this condition, what would be the question that I'm asking when the value becomes 100? The question will be asked, is num larger than 100? Num is 100 for the moment. So 100 larger than 100, that's the question that we are asking. So the answer for this question is no. No means it's false. False means these two are going to happen again. But we do not need to happen it again. Because of that, we can't take this particular condition. We have to go with the last answer, which is this. Right? Num larger than or equals 100. So when the num becomes 100, 100 larger than or equals 100 will form here. So 100 is not larger than, but it is equal. That means this gives you true. If it is true, that means this program needs to end. Right? So we are going to choose the fourth answer as the answer of the 37. Yes. Let's quickly go through the 38, 39, and 40. Since my time is going to end within another 9 minutes. Right. 38. Yeah, question number 38 to 39 are based on the following flow chart designed to find the smallest number from any 10 numbers, the smallest one. Which of the following correctly represents the label P and Q in the flow chart respectively? So let's see. It's to determine the smallest one. So they start, they input an n, right? N could be some particular value. Then n is assigned to the min. So let's assume we took n as 10. So now min is 10. And there's another variable called count, which is going to become 1. Then the first condition, count less than 10. Count is 1, 1 is less than 10, so it is here. It asks to take another input, that means n. So I'm taking 5. And it checks whether n is less than min. N is 5, min is 10. So yes, n is less than min, which is yes. If it is yes, for the moment, the smaller value is this. Okay. We have to ask this minimum variable need to be replaced by 5. So to do that, what we can write over here is min is equals n, which you have right over here. Right, then whatever the minimum number that is figured out by these two conditions, actually from this condition, it checks whether that n, which is input over here, is less than or smaller than min. Right, so Q is going to be n assigned to min. And then they increase count by 1. Right, their motive is take 10 instances like this. Like you can give any particular number, but if it is smaller than the existing minimum number, it will be replaced like this. Right, so then on the no part, what you are going to display is the minimum number. So you have to output the number which is at the last of the stage. All right, so min equals n must be there. That is Q. So that means here it is wrong, here it is wrong. These are not the values that we are expecting. Right, so the output is going to be not the count, but the minimum number. Right, so that means the first one is going to be here. The third one is going to input the count. It is not the correct way of writing it. All right, 39. Which of the following statement is correct related to the control structure given in the flow chart? Yeah. Like if you think about the control structure, the bigger one, the bigger part goes like this. Right? So you have to go on this manner. Right? Iteration. Right? And inside the iteration, this is what we call a selection. Because it goes on both the parts, and here they meet again. Right? So you have selection which occurs within a repetition. The first one is going to be the other. All right, the 40th Consider the following pseudocode segment. People, in case if the meeting is disconnected, just join it again. Right? We have another 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, almost 10 minutes. And I'm going to go until the 4th minute, let's say. So consider the following pseudocode segment. Count equals 0. So they are asking the output to count equals 0. It says display hello. Like what they're asking is how many times will be the hello word hello be displayed when the above pseudocode is executed. So it says count equals 0, repeat display hello. So I'm going to take the display over here. Otherwise, I won't be able to count. So repeat. And what will happen? The count will be increased by 1. The count will become 1. And count larger than 4. That's the question that they are asking. Count is not larger than 4. So it is false. That means it's going to repeat again. Display hello. Count increased by 1. Count is checked whether it is larger than 4. No, it's not. 2 is not larger than 4. So again false. Go back and execute this again. And count increased by 1. And still the condition is false. Count is not larger than 4. So goes up and paste this again. Right. Then count increased by how much? 4 larger than 4. 4 larger than 4. What's the answer for the 4 larger than 4? Your answer is going to be no. That means false. False means this is going to happen again. Display hello. Right? So then the count increases from here. The count will become 5. Right? Then it checks the condition. Now the condition is asking 5 larger than 4, which is correct. True. So it's not going to be repeat anymore. But here they have while count larger than 4. Now count is yes larger than 4. Display hello again. So it's displaying another hello. From here, they ask you reduce a 1 from the count. So count becomes 4 again. So then goes up and ask the question again whether 4 is larger than 4. Right? Which is not. No, that means it's false. Right. So then it ends the while. So how many hellos are going to be triggered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right. So the 40th one is done. People, it's less than 1 minute I have. Since there is only 5 minutes, I'm not going to call the session again. So I will end the session from here. So thank you very much, everyone. The meeting will end automatically. So by next week, I'm going to discuss the second paper of 2016. So thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you all next week for the very same time. Right? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.